All right, guys. What is going on? I appreciate you all stopping in. I'm here, guys, fashionably late as always. You know what I'm saying? If I showed up on time, what would that do? I want to give a big shout out to Randy. What's going on? Rhino Joe, Jared K, my guy up at the Cumberland. Jeff Jeter, what's up? Bob Davis, what is going on, guys? Happy to have you. Bear with me. I'm going to mute my other self. Just checking. So, guys, tonight we are going to do a quick giveaway. We're going to see, we are going to do a giveaway tonight. We're going to start trying to do these live streams a little more regular. We're going to try and have some hosts on or some guests on. I say host because the guy I've got on tonight actually is the host of a podcast that I am the co-host on. So this is kind of, we're putting him in the hot seat tonight. So you guys have your questions ready. Normally he's the one tossing the questions out there. So you guys have it ready. He is the host of the BassCastRadio, which he has so generously, Lord, I can't talk, offered me to come along and co-host. And guys, he has some big names on, really good podcast, something that you guys want to, yeah, Mike, you're a little late, bro. You're a little late. Hey, I appreciate you though. # lipless. There's some good lipless videos coming out. You guys are going to see me putting them to use here a little bit. But yeah, you're a little late on the roll there, bro. But anyway, all that being said, we're going to get on here. We're going to talk about some things. And we're going to do a little bit of giveaway. Anybody that donates will be entered into the giveaway. Just, I don't even know how it works. If you can donate a penny, you're in. So, speaking of which, I'm kind of behind, so I got to get my notepad out here so I can pay attention to who does win. I'm a one-man show, guys. You gotta bear with me sometimes. And then I had to work all day, so that wasn't a good thing. But anyway, all that. What's going on? Fishing Channel. What is going on, brother? The winner actually come out today. Guys, make sure and tell me what you think about Bob. You are in. Make sure you tell me what you're thinking about the Limit series, but we'll talk a little bit more about that later. I appreciate you, Bob. That is awesome. I appreciate it. All right, guys, I'm going to now bring on the host, but the guest star today of the BassGeek Live, the host of BassCastRadio, the Brian. What's going on, brother?
Up, man. Well, thank you. I really appreciate this, man. This is my first time doing this, guys. I'm a little nervous because I don't get too many opportunities to be on other people's shows. Like, BassGeek was saying, I'm usually the man taking over, and I don't have anything to do but sit here. It's a little weird.
So, man, tell us, what's really funny about this is, we talked about this on the podcast. Again, guys, make sure you see the logo in the back, the basscast.com, the BassCastRadio. We're going to get him to tell us a little bit about it as we go. I am going to give some shout outs. Who was it? I just seen it. What's going on, James? What's going on, Emmanuel? I hope you guys are doing well. So we met several years ago.
Yes.
At the Knoxville show. And, just randomly, we were staying at the same hotel, and just so happens we were eating continental breakfast together.
That's very true. We met there. You were working with a lure company, and we actually reached out to that lure company prior to meeting you, and we were looking at forming partnership with them, and you were at the table, so we started talking. And then, what is it, 2 years ago at another expo, we got to catch up, and we talked, and you know, I guess you kind of say, you know, we did a video together then, and it's just, you know, I have to admit, you know, the podcast has gone through some changes. It's gone through some co-host changes, and you know, I said to myself, I said, let's reach out to BassGeek, man. He's a great dude, and he loves talking about fishing. He's educated, and we'll see what happens. And here we are. I mean, 2021 working together, so it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, man. I, you know, was super excited because for me, I'd wanted to get into the podcast thing now. Like you were saying earlier, you know, you don't necessarily know a lot about the live stream, the YouTube thing. I'm kind of the same way on the podcast side of things. And, you know, it's a genre that I'd like to get into. And actually, guys, what we're going to eventually do is turn this into, when we have guests on here, we're going to turn it into a podcast. So we'll edit this down and, you know, kind of edit the YouTube mumbo jumbo out of it and put it out there to where you guys can listen to when we interview guys in the industry like Brian, you know, so that we can learn and you can listen to it anytime you want. That's the ultimate goal. The other goal, of course, and one of the biggest reasons, and you know, me and Brian was talking about it the other day. He was being interviewed on another podcast, and he was loving it because he didn't have to do all the work to get the guests on and set everything up. And I was like, yes,
that was really, really nice. That was probably the first time that I actually did not have to do anything but talk. I mean, I didn't even have to think about running the controls, making sure it all went down, thanking guests. Like, you guys got a bunch of people following, you know, that's in this right now. So, I mean, a bunch of shout outs to all the people that are watching us live. So, I mean, it was great finally to be able to relax and just talk. So,
yeah, we got 39 live, guys. Make sure you hit that like button. And like I said, we'll get into what I'm giving away. We got a nice little prize pack here, some stuff that I pulled off the wall that we'll give away. And you're entered by, you know, donating anything you can do. It helps the channel out. And actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this money and use it to buy more and better baits so that we can give them away on these live streams.
That's awesome.
But, you know, back to Brian and the BassCastRadio, guys, it was, I think it was kind of destiny because, you know, I've wanted to get into doing a podcast. And like Brian said, I just really don't have the time, you know, because the YouTube channel really takes up a lot. And then, you know, we're back into tournament fishing. You know, so that's a lot.
When you have 40,000 followers, you got to keep putting out the content. And that's what, you know, that's same with us. I mean, you know, with the followers we both have, we have to put out a lot of content. I mean, to keep you guys entertained. I mean, it's TV. It's a new modern TV. The podcast is going back to the old radio. I mean, back to the 50s and, you know, further back.
But it's a modernized radio. You know, the great thing about it is, it's out there, you know, and give us some of the platforms that people can listen to. I love this. He's got the cards. So I hope he's got them ready.
I don't have the cards.
You don't have them ready.
Cards. Oh, darn! I set the cards down. Oh, can I hold on a second?
Yeah. Go ahead. I'll go ahead and give some shout outs to some guys. Hey, what's going on? 570 Bassin. What is going on? Jared, thanks for the donation. Thanks, Jeff Jeter, for the donation. Thanks, Stocking Angler. For the donation, guys. You guys are entered in, and I'll show you exactly what we're going to give away right here in just a second. I want to get
sorry about that, BassGeek, but yeah, I do have the cards, and you know, the girlfriend made them for me, and like I said, I love talking about it when we do videos, and you know, guys are photo oriented, you know, photos, you know, picture, I guess, they oriented, and Castbox, guys. Deezer. Spotify. This is where it's hosted, the Spreaker Network. Apple iTunes. Google. And we're on iHeartRadio. So, I mean, you guys can listen to us anywhere on any device that you have. Everybody's got everyone either has a Google device or an Apple device. So you can listen to us on any device you want to listen to. And you can go to outdoorobsessionsradio.com. If you want to go that direction, we can go that direction if you want.
Now, so tell us a little bit about, about the website, because guys, he does a podcast, and that's really just one facet. He's got a great website. He's got the man runs a tournament series, for God's sake.
Yeah, we run 3 different tournament series.
Oh, wow. See, that's something I didn't even realize.
So, so
where did it start?
11 years ago? About 11 years ago. All right, you want to start at the beginning? Okay, so about 11 years ago, I was going through a crazy time in life. And it was a divorce, I'll be honest. And I had to have something to do. I had to have something to fill that void. And so I love photography, and I love doing the tech work and the internet work, and I love bass fishing. So I started a website called BassCast.com. As you guys see, it was actually called My Central Virginia Basscast, and we were just covering tournaments in local areas. Because I grew up like some of you guys and watching Bassmaster and all the other TV shows that came on TNT back in the day. If you guys don't remember TNT, watching the fishing shows on there. I think they hosted Bassmaster Classics and a bunch of stuff. I mean, TNT was big into fishing. And they're probably like the first one, if I remember correctly, that was a mainstream, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, one of the mainstream networks that actually covered bass fishing before we had Fox Sports 1 and ESPN and all the other crazy channels we have now. So I decided that this would be really cool to actually go out and cover the local angler, give them, a platform, because I'll admit, and, a lot of people, slam me for it. I'm not an angler. I mean, I know fishing. I know how to fish. I go out there and have a good time, but I know how to promote people. I know how to make people, and I know how to make people grow. And that's what it was meant for. And it was meant for me to promote the local angler. And 10 years now, we've grown. We've added an element each and every year. And like I said, we've gone through a bunch of hoops. But I started out putting, I went off and printed about 500 flyers. And I would get there 1 hour before a weigh-in and put flyers on every car in the parking lot. And that's, it's kind of crazy. Me and my boy Woodruff did a podcast yesterday, BassGeek, and the whole thing was talking about putting in the work and what you have to do to put in the work to get to where me and you both are now. I mean, like I said, 40,000 followers for you. I don't like talking numbers, but, it shows. I mean, you put in the work. Here you are now. It was an overnight success, and it's not going to be an overnight success. So, I mean, and that's your fishing life, your business life, your personal life, your relationship. It doesn't matter. It's all there together. So it's putting in that work. And here we are today. I mean, we have tournament results from North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Tennessee. We get them from all over. And I've met a crap load of people. I've been to 3 or 4 Bassmaster Classics. I've been to ICAST. I've met a ton of people. And I haven't made any money, but I love it. There you go.
And that's the thing. If you get into the fishing industry, any side of it, whether it's the promotional side, you say you're not an angler, but that's not entirely true. You do love to fish.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And
your love for fishing really is what spawned what you're doing. And some of us, some of us were some of us are good anglers and some of us are good talkers. I think me and you fall into the good talker teacher category.
You're a good angler. You're a good angler.
I know I can catch some drums.
I grew up deep sea fishing. I'll be honest. I spent weekends on piers, boats. I spent a lot of time at the ocean, and my family owned a large farm back in the day, and every farm had a lake on it. And we would go there every weekend and fish out of the lake and bring home a few, eat a few, whatever you did back then. And that's what I learned. But, I was introduced to this whole world of local bass fishing by a friend of mine. And I said, I want to start a website. I want to do something cool. It's what I love to do. And he hooked me up with Mr. Steve Woodruff. And he was a big local angler, well known by everyone. And I just jumped in his back pocket and learned all I could. Signed up for Bassmaster, Bass Times, read everything, YouTubed everything. And I still don't know it all and that's why I meet big Major League Fishing Bassmaster anglers. I mean, and here we are today. I mean, it's bigger than I ever thought it would be. So I'm going back.
Yeah. And just to give you guys point of reference of how big it is. I don't know how many of you guys out there are watching are tournament guys and love tournaments and love to watch, like me. I mean, I know you can't see it right now, but you guys hear me talk about that shirt all the time, and there's probably 150 professional angler signatures on it, including one of our last guests, that we did about a week ago, I guess, wasn't it? About a week ago? Probably a week. Was it third? I don't even remember. Anyway, so it was out there, and that was the Missile Man.
John Cruz.
So,
right.
I mean, you get John Cruz on your show, you're obviously doing something right. So, and then one of the coolest interviews, well, there's really two of them. The one where we did the two local anglers, I thought that was a really great one.
The Hudsons. Yes,
the Hudsons. And then right before that, we had
Brian New,
who won his first ever Elite Series event, man. That was, we had him I think, what was it, the Sunday or Monday right after he won, or Monday or Tuesday, I think it was.
Yeah, in the last podcast I recorded with Woodruff, when we go back about talking about the work and shaking people's hands and meeting people, Brian New worked for Shane's Baits. He was on their pro staff back in the day, and I'm talking about back in the day. I'm talking like 5 plus 6, 7 years ago, and we met, we talked. And we done a few podcasts together, a bunch of videos and things of that nature together. But we already had that rapport, which led up to him winning his first Bassmaster event. So it was pretty awesome. We were messaging each other, talking to each other the whole time is going on. And that's getting back to that thing about putting the work and shaking the hands. I mean, putting in that work to get to where you are or where you want to be now and making it happen. So... And that's what I've always tried to do. And, it was crazy. My fiance got to go to she's new to the bass fishing world, and she went to the Richmond Expo with me. And that was eye-opener for her because, it's a lot of people and it's a big industry. And people know who I am, and it's kind of weird. So something different. But it's putting in the work. It's showing up. It's being there. It's, it's talking, it's recording videos and making it happen. So
it is. That's the big thing. Even I tell people on YouTube all the time, it's all about consistency. Yep. Everybody, we've got so much at our fingertips now. Everybody wants more.
Yep.
And it's so easy to get more, which is something that, that you have to work for. I'm exhausted. I'll be honest with you. I need to be out. Our next tournament is coming up on Norris on the 27th. And, I'm not used to the rigors of, putting in all this tournament style preparation. And so, my body, I'm also very out of shape and my body's not allowing for it. So I'm going to have to take tomorrow off, But even then, there's videos I can shoot here at the house. I've had a couple of companies like Nichols, who's sponsoring our tournament series. They have sent a big box of goodies, and we're going to unbox that. Ledge head lures. That's awesome. And a couple of mail in that people have just sent me some really cool baits, and we're going to open all that too. So there's a couple of videos, and so even though I'm relaxing, not actually out on the water, I'm going to be I'm going to be working, and so you've got to put in the work. It just never stops. And realistically, to be uber successful, you've just got to, a lot of times, especially in the fishing industry, you just got to outwork and out hustle everybody else. That's really what it comes down to.
If you're not outworking, not hustling, someone else is going to beat you. Yeah. It's guaranteed every single time. It doesn't matter what you're doing or what you have going on. If you are not hustling 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, someone will eventually catch up with you. And that just happens. I mean, it's, as we both BassGeek's talking about being out of shape, and, we're both getting older and stuff like that. And, the young kids are coming up and getting bigger and better and faster, and it just happens. But I mean, and that's like me, I talk to people all the time, and I'll admit, the very beginning of the BassCast.com, I was stupid. I had a bunch of people want to be successful. I mean, it's like, I want to come over and shoot one video. You're not going to be successful off of one video. You have to do video after video after video. And even when I talked to BassGeek about, coming on and being a part of BassCastRadio, I said, brother, the goal is to do a podcast a week and, put up at least one piece of content a week. And are you willing and able to do it? And he's been up to it ever since, and every night, even after coming off the water, and when we did the John Cruz event. So, man, that's what it is. It's the dedication right there of him taking the extra 30 minutes, coming on and talking, knowing he's tired, knowing we're tired coming off the water, and making it happen. So, man, I appreciate it.
So now let's talk about maybe some upcoming shows. What do you have planned? Who are you planning on getting on? Tell us some, because I know one of the things you like to do is have kind of reoccurring guests on to let us know and give us updates of how their tournaments actually went.
Yeah, so coming up, we have Gray Buck. Gray's been a great friend. Actually, I got to meet him last year at the Bassmaster Classic. As you guys know, today John Cox won the event, the Major League Fishing event today. What is that? The Pro Series. And me and him have a good rapport together. We're really tight and talk. And who else? Oh, so I really got to remember this gentleman's name, but we just wrapped up the first National Professional Fishing League event. And that was actually a really cool event. I mean, I actually got to watch a couple hours of it, a couple hours really, but they did a great job. And for their first year, I think it's going to go, and people are going to start, a whole lot more people will be checking it out and following it and watching more of it. So we're hoping to catch up with, what is the gentleman's name here? What was the guy's name? Do you remember? Won it? I
cannot remember. I actually was just looking at that earlier today, and I cannot remember the guy's name that won it.
Here it is.
By the way, go ahead.
Here it is. I got it all right here in front of me. And like I said, you guys can go to BassCast.com. We keep everything as up to date as we possibly can. John Soukup, 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 however you want to say it. He won the first ever NPFL, so that's pretty freaking cool. So nice trophy. What I was gonna say, I don't know. It was an awesome event. They put on a great event.
And I'm going to give a shout out to my boy, Mr. Fat Cat Newton. By the way, if you all don't know who he is, then y'all have been under a rock. You need to make sure you go out. And by the way, give a shout out to your to the BassCast Instagram, Facebook, all the social interwebs, so we know where to actually find all this.
Yeah, guys, you can hit us up at thebasscast.com. I'd rather have you hit me there than anything else, but you can keep us on Instagram at thebasscast.com as well. We're on Facebook, and we're at BassCast News on Twitter, so for you guys who enjoy the Twitter world. So you can reach us there and follow us there. So, but
so guys, go ahead, brother. Go ahead. So guys, make sure.
Been a great thing.
Yeah. So we're bad about that. But guys, make sure that you go out there, you give him a like, you give him a follow, and make sure you go check it out, because it's fun, man. I'm telling you, these guys, the two, again, Hudson boys, I believe was their name.
Yep. Derek Hudson and Ben Hudson.
Man, they dropped some great knowledge. John dropped some great knowledge. Gray Buck dropped some great knowledge. I mean, these guys, because I'm an angler, I'm a tournament angler, I'm going to ask some pretty, deep questions of them and really dig in. And man, they have not been afraid to just put it right out there. And that's what I love about the Basscast when we do the podcast, because I'm always learning.
Yeah, so that's the really cool thing about me and BassGeek hooking up, to be honest, is we both get to add our little bits to it and learn a little bit, and maybe push them the extra limit to get the little tidbits that we need, and more great information for you guys to learn from. So, but Outdoor Sessions Radio is where the podcast is located. This has been a dream of mine for a while. I started the radio show a couple years ago. I've actually started it. This is no lie, guys. I've started 3 times, and I've went through guests each 3 times. But until you find out the right person, period, to make it happen. That's just the way it is. But so there you go. All right, so after I found Geek, we launched Outdoor Sessions Radio, and the goal with that was to have a show for many different platforms. I mean, we were looking for people who want to talk hunting, that have their own hunting podcast, or deep sea fishing, or anything. I mean, anything outdoors related. So everything just keeps growing, and it's awesome.
Yeah, that's something that we actually talked about with John Cruz, was how the industry is growing, especially because of the COVID stuff. A lot more people are getting back outdoors, and I think that's great. I know it's strained some of the fishing holes, but it's great, man, to have people reconnect with the outdoors. I just think it's a healthy habit to have, and we could all be doing a lot worse things than fishing.
Well, fishing, guys, don't know. Fishing grew last year like 800% due to COVID. So there's a lot of brand new anglers out there that, I was watching, I would go to Walmart and fishing poles were off the shelves and baits were gone. And, hopefully I heard, a lot of the tackle stores couldn't keep up. So fishing, it helped us, to be honest. Sucked. Yeah. COVID sucked. That whole part sucked. You had COVID. That was bad.
Yeah,
but
that
as
really
a business
sucked.
As a whole, it went crazy.
Yeah. All right, guys, real quick. I know this is the part you've been waiting for, so I'm going to show you a little bit of what I'm going to give you. Now, you can hit that donate button. And it's really funny we're talking about Shane's Baits, because I know Shane's Baits. I don't officially work with Shane's Baits, but you guys know I preach and love a lot of Shane's Baits. And so, surprise, surprise, I'm going to give you one of their mini Blades of Glories out here. So I'm going to go ahead and give you one of those. This is a nice little, small version of an umbrella rig, a little more finesse. You're going to be able to throw this with, say, just a good flipping rod. I'm going to give you a couple of things to put on it. We got some big bite baits. Look at me. I don't know which side my camera's on.
There it is.
Got some swim baits there. We got some Z-Man.
Paddle tails.
Oh yeah, we got a couple of packs of the Speed Shad from Bass Pro Shop. Couple of packs of those. Couple different colors. I got you some heads from 6 cents, my favorite size, a 1/8. And then I got you some, I'm just going to call them fluke style baits. Oh, of course, I opened the bag up on you here, but now I can't get it closed. Some yum. What are these called? I don't even know. Houdini shad. So that's what I've got for you tonight. You're going to get an umbrella rig, a ton of different swim baits to go on it. All you guys have to do is hit that donate button. There's no minimum. If you donate a penny, you're in it to win it. So, you know, what we're going to do with that money is that money will go right back in to buying baits so that we can do more giveaways on the live stream. So now,
that's awesome.
Yeah, you know, I like to, you know, the more money they donate, the bigger the prizes we can put out there, and hopefully, you know, give back to everybody. That's some of the things I like to do. All right, so where and when is the host going to go fishing again?
Oh wow, that's a good question, guys. I'm supposed to have a kayak event. We were talking about events earlier. We have a kayak series, and it took off extremely well. Got Brandon Overstreet as a tournament director for that. I got a small boat tournament series, and we actually have a big boat tournament series. But it's probably going to be May before I get back out there. We're supposed to have an event. I'll probably fish before then. But our first kayak series event is April the 3rd, I want to say. So. And we got our Big Bass event is March the 27th. So I'm going to be, I will be on Smith Mountain Lake this coming weekend. I've got to cover an event. The Cat Tournament Trail will be there. And then after that, it'll be pretty much every weekend. I will be on the water interviewing, talking to anglers, meeting people, and getting back out there saying hello. So I've taken a little break. Usually by now, you know, we had this conversation the other day, usually with a cruise. Usually by now we've all been at expos and we've all got to look at some awesome products. Yeah. You know, we've all got to see everyone. You know, I consider the expos now for me family reunion. I mean, bass fishing is a family for me, and you know, you get to see everybody. But because of COVID and all the stuff attached to that, had to wait till tournament time. Kind of a bummer, but it is what it is.
It is, you know, for me, like I love to get out and work with, I love to get out and meet you guys, you know, you guys in the comment section over here. And by the way, let's fire out some questions. We're going straight into the Q&A section now. So get them fired up. Anything you want to ask me and Brian, anything you want to ask us, it is fair game. Don't mean you'll get an answer. But you can at least ask the question. Yes. So let's really get into talking fishing. But you know, that's the one good thing, or for me, you know, the expos. You know, it's kind of a double deal. I miss meeting all of my subscribers, my people that support the channel, and. You know, but it's allowed me to kind of save some of my days off for Lake West Point. That's pretty specific. I don't know Lake West Point. Brian, have you ever heard of it?
No, I've never heard that lake before either. I don't even know which town it's in, to be honest, or city.
Yeah. So I miss that. I miss getting to meet everybody, and I miss getting to put you guys on the channel, because that's what the expos were more than, you know, really more than helping the people that helped me with products and stuff. It was more about getting out there, being able to meet you guys, put you guys on the channel, because it's really, the channel is about you, and without you, there's no way that me or Brian with BassCast could be doing any of this.
Yeah.
As far as, go ahead, brother. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was really cool. When I met you, when we got to meet up at the Augusta County Expo, it's where we last saw each other. Came to my mind finally. BassGeek was running around interviewing people and talking to all the vendors and giving everyone a platform. Same thing we do. So I'm right here at the BassCast.com. So, that's what it's all about.
All right. So let's start with the first question that I threw up there. As far as West Point Lake, right now I'm going to say if it's from where I live up, it's probably going to be something either from hard baits, rattle traps, that sort of stuff, finesse crankbaits like the DT6, shaky heads, spinner baits. That's what I'm going to start throwing. Now, Brian, if you see one.
Cargo Ferd, he asked about stained and dirty water. Yeah, there it is. I love dirty water. I really do. That is my favorite fishing, and I'm a big fan of Tequila Sunrise. I'm going to throw it right on out there. I love the color, and I've caught a lot of fish on it. And it really didn't matter what the bait was. It's just that color. I don't understand why, but, I'm a big Cinco fan. Throw a lot of wacky. And I've gotten more as my fishing has gotten a little bit better. I take every year, I try to learn a different technique. And last year was spent a lot of time drop shotting. So each and every year, try to get better. But yeah, Tequila Sunrise is a great color in dirty water. And I fish shallow, so I don't do a lot of deep sea. I do deep sea, but not a lot of deep fishing.
Now, this one, I don't fish a lot of lakes that have ice, but I do have some friends that do. And I hear them a lot of times, they're talking about the jigs. They're talking about spinner baits and rattle traps too. A lot of times they say that those, I guess the panfish get a little more active for whatever reason right after ice out. Maybe once the water's uncovered, there's a little more access to smaller food or, so what's going on, Bass Munitions? Speaking of the Augusta County, there's the company I was with up in Augusta.
There you go.
Bass Munitions was up there. Let's see. A good dual bank lithium. Daggone it. Sorry, I'm obviously unable to work this. Trolling battery that don't break the bank. I haven't started digging in, to the lithium stuff yet. Yeah, I hear a lot of people talking about the Dakota stuff. Yeah. I've heard a lot of people talking about, there's a company in Knoxville. I can't remember their name. I'm not going to tell you they don't break the bank.
We're sponsored by Battleborn Batteries, and they're not cheap, but they're good. So I mean, it's going to be one of those things. Batteries are expensive. I don't care whichever way you want to look at it. Whether you buy one for your car, your vehicle, or your boat, batteries are not cheap. Period. And that's in 2021, that's a great way to ruin a day out on the water. It's showing up with a cheap battery, and your electronics don't work, trolling motor don't work, and you're like, this is bad.
To me, there's never a bad time to throw a football jig. I'm not going to throw it in grass. I'm not going to throw it around wood. That's going to be a sandy pea gravel chunk rock bait. That's when I'm going to throw it. And that bait can get you bites year round.
Yeah, someone asked, North Florida fishing 42. Have you ever fished in Florida? No, I have never fished in Florida. I'll be honest, I haven't. Actually, I haven't been past North Carolina deep sea fishing or fishing, period. So I like to go to Florida. I mean, to fish. I have, been there for shows and expos and events, but I've never actually fished there. So it would be pretty cool.
Yeah, I've never got to fish in Florida. The best way to store a bait. Now, guys, let's see. Oh, of course, I don't have it in here. There's a really good box that Flambeau does. And I know a lot of people are big fans of Plano, and I like Plano, but I'm a huge fan of the company that originated the anti-rust box. And so now they have the Z-Rust Max out, and they have a box called the Crank Bank, which could be interpreted many different ways. might have should have researched that name a little better before they used it. But, it's a very, very, very good box to store your baits individually and keep the hooks from rusting.
Yeah, Jeff. Yeah. Jeff, I use Lure Lock. I've been with them for a while now. And I don't want to talk about like people sponsor us and stuff like that as much, but it's a great product, and it keeps your baits from the rambling and rumbling and all the other stuff that you have while you're out there. And the paint's not getting beaten off of them as bad. And it's just a all around. They're a little pricey, but these crankbaits are $15 to $25 a piece.
Now, I'll be honest with you. I haven't had I haven't used 6 cents rods. Have you had a chance to use any of their rods, Brian?
No, I have not. My favorite rod that I started using a couple years ago, or for the price, was actually the Doomsday Tactical rods. I like them. I like, they're just an overall rod. I do have a couple that were pre-built just for me, and
nice.
that other companies have built for me. But those rods are actually really, really good. So, and they have a new series coming out, so you guys can go check that out as well.
Now, question: clear reservoir with heavy pressure. What would you throw? Now, guys, that depends on the conditions.
Mm-hmm.
The conditions are, we've obviously got clear water. Listen, right now, if there's chop on the water, an A-rig can be your best friend, which, by the way, again, we're giving one away tonight along with the baits to go with it to anybody that donates, as little as you want to donate or as much. So make sure you check it out. An A-rig is a great bait to throw right now. Favorite Ned rig bait and color?
Wow.
What do you think, Brian? What's yours?
I'm a big watermelon red fan around here.
Yeah, watermelon red. Hard to beat a green pumpkin.
It really is. I mean, people, I've heard David Dudley. You guys all heard David Dudley talk, and it's a watermelon, Brian. And in some point in matter, he's not wrong. I mean, he's been doing this thing for years. And watermelon red is one of my favorite colors, period, whether for all types of water. So I do a lot of river fishing here. So I'm actually 15 minutes from the James River. And I like it. Natty Light's another favorite color as well. Smith Mountain Lake's clear water here. Natty Light, it's a bait color that Missile Baits has. So there you guys go. What's your thoughts?
I'll tell you what I've been using last year, the Sakushi Bug by 10,000 Fish, which is a Ketchco brand, just killed for me. And either green pumpkin or the green pumpkin orange. So, kind of that standard crawl pattern. And it did really, really good for me last year. So let's see. Sorry, guys, I'm trying to get caught up.
Yeah, I got to scroll through too.
The best baits for summer. There's 3 things about summer, and to me, the best baits for summer is going to depend on those areas. Summertime fishing, you've got to find one of 3 things: grass, current, or depth. So if you're fishing out deep, you're going to use a very, very different group of baits which you can see because I love to fish. Basically, we're calling that ledge fishing. You can be fishing a point. It's the same sort of thing. But we're going to talk about big swim baits, big spoons, big shaky heads, a lot of times. Grass. Now, Brian probably has more, definitely, if he has any, he's got more experience than I do in grass. So I'm going to let him take over on that one.
I'll be honest with you guys on that part. When I fish the river, yeah, you're going to have a lot of grass. But at Smith Mountain Lake, they killed the grass. A couple years ago, about 5 or 6, 10 years ago now, they killed all the grass out there. So us, usually a creature bait of some sort, wacky rig, lizards, anything, that time of the year the fish are going to be feeding on. I know a lot around here, a lot of guys, like when it gets hot, they go deep and they throw the drop shot. So,
yeah. And, if you've got mats, of course, you can punch and you can frog. So now, in current, like Brian's talking about up the river, you're going to throw lighter lures, but it's going to be a lot of the same stuff that you're going to throw out deep. You're going to throw, jigs and, like he said, lizards, creature baits of any kind. Some top water will work good back there.
Whopper plopper is excellent. I mean, just like the tan whopper plopper or the black whopper plopper. I mean, anything like that stirs up a lot of noise. I would start throwing that first to get them stirred up, and then go from there and start throwing, like you said, a plastic of some sort that that you enjoy throwing. So
yeah, and just like leather stocking angler, swim jigs are good in the grass too. Swim jigs, chatterbaits, or bladed jigs, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bart Harris, Hank, we know you just take them swim baits. You get them. Yeah, I'll throw a swim bait anytime, anywhere. If I can make it work, I'm going to make it work. Oh.
All right, so I want to ask about the 360 live.
Let's see, where was that one at? Sorry, guys, getting caught up. Warlock, right on, fellas. The 360 live. Now you got to remember, it's not actually a 360.
Yeah.
The 360 is the mega, and the live is different. I plan on upgrading. I'm going to wait and see. I love Humminbird. I love their graphs. Put them to use just this weekend, even shallow fishing. Again, guys, make sure you're keeping up with this limit series, this tournament series, because there are some really cool stuff coming down the pipe and coming your way. Some baits that you guys probably don't even think I can fish because I throw swim baits all the time. But you're going to see us.
If you guys didn't see, John Cruz, we keep going back to Cruz because he's our local bass master angler here. But John's running all 3 this year. So, I mean, it's a different, each one of the systems has a different output. That's another way to say it. You're going to get something different from each and every one. And electronics is key.
Yep, ledge head, light line. Creeper kid, I'm a bad streamer. Well, you know what? You're a bad commenter. Hashtag I troll trolls.
Wow. Oh wow! So Jeff Jeter said he Smith Mountain Lake, and he moved to Reno, Nevada.
Shoot!
Wow.
Now that's a different style of fishing out there.
Yeah, we know nothing about that. That's awesome.
What's going on, Backlash? What's going on, Lightline? Yeah, now the 360 I do, I do have a 360, and I'm going to be honest with you. It's the Gen 1. That's not the Mega. For where I live, it's not the greatest. And the reason why is because the frequency is actually too strong. It's a 455, which is a frequency that really penetrates water. Now, if you're in an area that's large and flat, it's going to work pretty well for you. But you know, but other than that, now the 360 Mega is a 1200. It's a much weaker frequency, but it's a much better defined frequency. And so you're going to see a lot more. And again, I have not seen the Mega live that they're coming out with. So we'll see kind of how that goes. You know, I'm interested in it. I'm absolutely interested in it. I'm a bird guy. I used to be a Lowrance guy, and they converted me, and we'll see. We'll see how it goes. And of course, if you're on the tour, I mean, you have to have multiple units right now. There's just no option because Garmin has far and away has the best version. Jeff, I'll show you how to throw a swim bait. I ain't afraid.
Gotta be a YouTube video out there somewhere that you've done.
For you guys that haven't seen it yet, day 2 is out. And yeah, we sack about a 40-pound bag in practice. We'll leave it at that. Do I like to throw googan baits? You know, I really don't. I don't have anything against the googans. I haven't thrown their baits a whole lot. They are very much in a way about the same as, you know, a Strike King, a lot of the Strike King baits. There's which you know, you could go through about 90 different baits out there and say the same exact thing. So they're good baits. They're good and soft. I know a lot of people tell me about that, and I tend to lean. Some guys go more for a little bit of durability. Certain baits, that's good. Other baits, I like the softness. I think it matters, and that's the one thing I hear about the googan baits. A lot of people complain about how soft they are, but to me, I mean, a good soft bait is sometimes, depending on what you're throwing and where you're throwing it, it can be key. So, all right, guys, we only have a few minutes left. Brian, I can see the sleepiness coming into his eyes.
Oh, we're good.
He's normally not up this late. He's got to work early in the morning. My buddy Debo stopping by. Hey, Debo, man, I appreciate you. I see where you grabbed some of those big Joshies. Yeah, they do look great. They're super soft, and that's one of the biggest reasons why I picked them up. Guys, if y'all don't know about Debo, make sure, and I'm sure all of you do, make sure you go subscribe to his channel and my buddy Tackle Junkie 81. So let's go over.
Junkie.
Let's go over the giveaway again, guys. I've got you some swim baits. Got you a couple of packs of the Speed Shad. Got you some Z-Mans. Got you some Big Bite baits. Got you some 6 cents heads to go on. Oh, there it is. It's standing up. Look at that. To go on the A-rig that I'm sending you. Let me get centered. Left is right, right is left. From Shane's Baits. This is the Mini Blades of Glory. All you have to do is donate to be in. And again, there's the heads again. Right is left, left is right. But anyway, like I said, just donate, you know, is the least amount you can donate, and you will be entered to win. I appreciate you guys being here. I appreciate Brian stopping by, and like I said, we'll give it about another 10 minutes for anybody who wants to be in. And then from there, we're going to do the drawing. Brian, why don't you go ahead and shout out any sort of sponsors you have for both the podcast, the website, the tournament series, the whole 9 yards.
Oh, wow. That's another sheet of paper. Guys, like I said, we want to thank everyone that has. I had a piece of paper. It's another. I haven't. Okay, so for you guys who live in Lynchburg, who have or one time lived in Lynchburg, Virginia, there was a tackle shop called the Tackle Box, and I learned a lot of information hanging on the Tackle Box. And all the local anglers came in and they talked, and they had a little restaurant in the back, and they cooked some miscellaneous food. I've got the original table from the Tackle Box and all the original chairs to go with it. So this is my studio instrument, and a big old studio light that's sitting here above me, professional studio light. But so I cleaned it all off yesterday because I did a podcast and with a good friend of mine. So on his channel, that's actually on Outdoor Sessions Radio. But we got some awesome sponsors. If you guys don't know, Wild Wear America, they create all of our fishing jerseys. I'm trying to bring up the website right now real quick. If it'll load down here. Oh, here we go. That will help me. English Choice Marine. They're out of Martinsville, Virginia. They've sponsored the BassCast.com in 2021. Wild Wear America, like I said, Battle. I met them at the Classic a year ago, and they're sponsoring us as well. Lynchburg Arms and Indoor Shooting Range is one of our sponsors. They've got an awesome tackle shop. Got awesome gun shop right here in Lynchburg, Virginia. Conrad Brothers Marine, they're a big nitro dealer, and they have been running a tournament series for the last couple of years. And this year we got our first real estate lady, Lisa Lindsay, who resells houses on Bugs Island, Virginia, South Boston, down that way, Southern Virginia, which got hit really hard this year by all the weather and crazy storms and all that mess. So, and I don't understand why I left out Missile Baits. Mr. John Cruz, we spoke about so much, has sponsored us. So we're blessed. We appreciate all these great people, and they actually keep the lights on. So thank you to everyone. Really appreciate it. And the people sponsor the show. And BassGeek.
I'm sitting here talking away and nobody can hear me, can they?
Yeah, I was going to say, I didn't hear you either.
I was answering a question about fluorocarbon and was saying I really don't have a favorite fluoro light line fishing. I actually asked that. And I don't have a favorite. I use a lot of different ones, from P-line to Seagar to, K9 to Gamma. Just trying out a whole lot of different things. And then here, do you know anything about a bitzy bug? Guys, if you want to start learning how to throw a jig, there's where you start.
Yeah.
That bitzy bug, it's a cheap jig. I ain't gonna lie. After about 2 fish, the skirt's gonna fall off of it. But it will
cost
catch
like
you.
$1.50 at Walmart. I mean,
yeah. But as long as you can keep that skirt on there and that little rubber thing don't break, you will catch all kinds of fish on it. It's a great little bait. So, yeah, sorry guys, sorry. All right. So here we go. I'm going to, I've got everything put together here. Hold on one second, Joseph. I've got to get back to you so that I can go ahead and do the giveaway. And thank you guys, everybody, for donating, because like I said, the big key to that is going to be that we're going to take this money and hopefully be able to do bigger giveaways for it. So in the future, and put it right back in. So here's what I'm going to do. I've been giving everybody numbers, so I'm just going to put everything in a hat. And I'm just going to draw. All right, let's see. Mix them up. Number 3, which is Jeff Jeter. Jeff Jeter.
Oh, wow.
You are the win. You are in there for the win. Let's see. Where are you? There you go. Hey, I like that crazy hair going on. But Jeff Jeter, you are the winner. So what I want you to do is just send me an email. I'm putting it in there. It's bassgeek.biteme@gmail.com. Charles, I'm sorry you got in right when we were doing the drawing. I thank you for your donation. I'll tell you what I'll do just to be nice. I'm going to write you down. And I will make sure the next live stream, so make sure you're keeping up that you are in the next drawing. So make sure you keep an eye out for the next one. The next live stream, we'll do a giveaway. And I appreciate you guys. Again, sorry, Jeff, make sure you send me an email so that I can send you the baits. Brian, man, I appreciate you. And I want to say thanks for allowing me to be part of the BassCast radio. It's really neat.
Oh, yes.
Just in getting to talk to, the guys that we've got to talk to. It's been cool. And guys, I beg you, please go out and download this podcast. Listen to it while you're driving. Like I said, the owner of Missile, I don't know if he's got is he part owner or is he just sponsored by Spro also?
Who, John Cruz?
John Cruz, yeah. Sorry.
John owns it all.
Okay.
Yeah, John
I didn't
owns
know
the
if that
whole
was, I didn't know if, I didn't know how the Spro thing worked, but if he was just partnered with them somehow. But yeah. And man, I appreciate you allowing me to come, kind of geek out with the pros, because I'm a fanboy. I grew up watching Bassmaster, just like you said, on TNN or TNT, and then ESPN, and grew up watching Bill Dance and Roland Martin. I can still sing you a couple of their songs, almost by heart. I know nobody wants to hear that, but and plus I'll probably get demonetized. So
yeah.
But listen, guys, I work a weird schedule, and Brian hates me for this because it really screws up when we can do our podcast.
No, I don't hate you.
But it also screws up any sort of regular day that we can do these live streams. So if you want to be part of them,
now that is true.
Please make sure what I'm going to try and do. And I think I can pull it off. It'll either be on a Sunday night. So we're going to do Sunday next week, and it'll probably be 8 p.m. Eastern. What's going on, AJ? Orlando Wilson. Yeah, Larry Nixon. So you get me sidetracked, AJ. Stop it. That's my partner in the tournament series. But, so we're going to try and do it either on a Sunday or a Wednesday night, guys. I think for the most part, that's how it's going to work out. and we'll try to do it about
That's
8 p.m. Sometimes I may be late because we may be doing the Basscast Radio right before I come on and do this. So, you know, guys, make sure you follow everything. Give a shout out to your social webs, inner tubes, and all that stuff again.
Yeah, if you guys want to follow me personally, Bass and Brian 73. I had to correct that. I can't see the screen, but Bass and Brian 73 is me. The basscast.com on Facebook as well as Instagram, and we do post a lot. We share a lot, and we try to keep you guys in the loop of what's going on. If you guys like fishing tournaments, or if you know people run a tournament trail that want to be a part of the website, it really doesn't matter. Just to reach out to us. And for you guys who are on Twitter, at BassCast News. The BassCast.com also has a YouTube channel. We don't do what BassGeek does. We just kind of, upload our interviews and photos and all that great stuff from the events that we cover. So when you got 40,000 followers like BassGeek, I think I have 225. But you guys can be a part of it, and we'd love to have you as a part of the BassCast.com. And as always, I say welcome everyone to the family. So that's it.
And as always, guys, I appreciate you. I know I'm not great at this. I'll get better. But, make sure you go out. You hit that like button. It does matter. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you have not. And make sure you ring my bell so you get those notifications when they come out. Guys, as soon as you get off here, do me a favor. Go watch my video that came out today at 5 o'clock. The new video, day 2 of practice, is out there. Me and AJ, it like I said, support Nichols Lures, support Brain Freeze, Shaved Ice, support Morristown Marine. There are links in the description of that video. It's, I don't even know what I labeled it. It's something like Spring Dirty Water. The thumbnail says Dirty Water, Dirty Fish. So go watch it. A link to the podcast. Yes.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let me put one in there. Let's see. Hold on. I will put a link to the podcast. I want to get the full podcast.
Yeah, just show them, the whole site.
Yeah. What is going on? Brian, you might have to type that into the comment section over there.
I don't even know how to type in a comment, guys. Be honest, I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't even think mine is turned on so I can type anything in.
Bear with me.
Because I'm not logged in, I don't think you'll allow me. And I'm not, because I'm not on I'm not watching the YouTube live. Here we go.
I just did a search for
it. All right. We'll give it. Here you guys go. I'll have it here in a second for you.
There you go. Sorry, guys. Ill prepared. Like I said, this is only my second one doing this, so.
There it is.
Let's see. Hold on. It'll pop up here.
Real quick.
It'll pop up here in just a second. Well, maybe. Sorry, guys. I don't mean to give us as much dead air here.
Hey, while we got some dead space here, guys, if you don't go to the website, you can actually go to BassCastRadio on your media device, your lovely iPhone. Picture the girl, boss. You guys can go to these networks, man. Castbox, Deezer, Spotify, Spreaker. We'll hit the last two, iHeartRadio. And the biggest two out there is, for you guys who are on the Google devices, Google Podcast and Apple Podcast. So you can go directly there right now on your mobile phone and type in Basscast Radio, and it will bring it all up so you guys can take a listen to it. All the shows are up there. Like I said, we've been doing this for 2-3 years. So there are a lot of past shows that you guys, want to listen to. And I got a lot of guest and co-host and all that other crazy stuff from the past is on there. So
is it my outdoor? Is it my outdoor obsession?
No, Outdoor Obsessions Radio.
Oh, radio. Gotcha.
OutdoorObsessionsRadio.com. We're obsessed with the outdoors, and we want to bring the world of podcasting and the world of the outdoors to everyone. And we got more shows coming. I'm going to get a couple more shows on. I am working on some more right now for you guys who like hunting and all that. There you go. For all you guys who like hunting and sorry about that. For you guys who like to hunt, like to see fish and all that good stuff, and make sure you guys go check it out.
All right, guys, we're going to wrap it up and call it a night. Obviously, I am a disaster tonight. So, but like I said, that's why I'm taking tomorrow off. Should be on the lake, but I'm old and fat and the bodies need some rest and I need some sleep. Brian, man, thanks for everything you've done for me.
Oh, yes.
Thanks for, everything that, you allow me to do and participate in. And I appreciate it, man. Guys, as always, you know it. You guys rock.
Good night, everybody.